Hello everyone, this is Garrett and this is Gothic 1, and last time we played, we did things which I don't exactly remember, but I think we got this armor and got magic and stuff, and it was pretty cool. And on the way here, for some reason I keep closing my map when I start a video. I should stop doing that, but whatever. The tower that I was supposed to go to is in the south over here in the Ork area, which was the comically large tower which didn't seem to serve any purpose. I know this because yesterday I was recording this and then the game crashed and the footage became somewhat unusable, which was unfortunate, but we'll just have to redo all of that, which you haven't seen. What I have done, which is shown on the screen now, is walk here, and what I also did was actually read the books that were in the thing, which also told me about ice and fire golems, and apparently I need magic to beat those guys. Unfortunately, I have taught myself some wonderful magics to use against the enemy, and I am now in the first circle of magic users.
Can you instruct me?
There's much you need to learn. I shall teach you as soon as you're ready.
I am ready to enter the first circle.
To enter the first of the magic circles means learning to use magic runes. Each rune contains the structure of a special magic spell. By using your own magic powers, you'll be able to cast the magic of the rune. But in contrast to the magic scrolls, which are magic formulas as well, the magic power of the rune ensures that the structure of the spell endures. Every rune is a source of magic power which you can fall back on anytime. Your own magic power is used up when you use a rune, just as with a spell scroll. With every circle you enter, you learn to use further runes as well. Use the power of the runes to recognize yourself.
And on the way here, I came across a little man called Scorpio.
Hey, no sweat, man. Come over here.
You okay?
I'm hiding away here. I don't care for the trash those guards are pulling off. But I've taken some pretty good stuff from the arsenal. If you need a weapon, just let me know.
Show me what you have.
Who had a sword which did 1 damage more than my current one. And I felt that it was necessary to get it, mostly because I prefer swords over axes, but partially because it's the first upgrade I've gotten it since forever. So yeah, I'm just gonna go with it. I'm just gonna go with it and kill everyone with my fancy new sword. And I'm now over here, which is neat because it means that we can continue. I've kind of forgotten where the tower was, which is rather unfortunate, but hopefully that shouldn't be too much of a problem. One thing I have learned, which is good, it's good that I learned on my experience of yesterday, is that everyone's a jerk. Everyone in this game is actually a colossal jerk. So I'm going to be very, very careful here because this area is actually really, really scary. And I don't like being really, really scared. It's rather unfortunate. But, actually, maybe I can use some of my magic. Do I have anything equipped? I have nothing equipped. Well then, we'll use the sword because I forgot to equip anything. I'll equip something after I kill these guys, I guess. Come on. You know you want to. Okay. Hey. Wow, this... Are you kidding me? Look at this nonsense. I am just trying to hit this dog, and he's like, nah. Finally! Oh my god, that took forever. I don't know what that was about, but it took a really long amount of time to hit him for some reason. Anyway, I got ice bolts, and they're pretty sweet. Look at them. Boom! Yeah, they do very little damage compared to my sword, but you know, it's more than nothing, and they look cool. And that's really what's most important. As long as something looks cool enough to use, then I'd say it's definitely worth using. I'm also gonna save a lot because, like I said, the things here are rather scary, especially the orcs. They have a tendency of just destroying me, and I'm not actually a huge fan of being destroyed, so I'm just gonna be a little bit careful. Fortunately, I have pretty much forgotten everything I've done yesterday except for dying a lot, so just be glad you weren't there to witness it because I got a little mad. I got a little angry. You don't want to be around me when I'm angry. I want to be joyous and filled with the joy of children and happiness. that everyone will one day feel in their glorious lifetime. But yesterday was not one of those days where I felt happiness. I only felt anger, and there was a lot of it. But, you know, that's not here or there. And it seems that they always take damage when they're in the air, so maybe I should start using that instead. But I don't really like them being that close to me. And there's only one left. And they're all dead. So, yeah, bunch of experience, bunch of dogs dead, and I barely took any damage. That is quite lovely. I'd rather not attack any of the orcs. They are rather strong, and they are in rather large groups as well. So I'm just gonna kind of walk around it. Let's see what we got going on in a camp like this. There's a little bubbly cauldron. Not many cauldron in these lands, but there's a bed. I wonder if I could use that bed to my advantage, actually. Maybe get some health back that way. Some extra stuff, some healing potions, withered axe, and all sorts of lovely things, but nothing we need to worry ourselves with. Because I'm going to save the game and try sleeping until nighttime and see if the orcs are still there. Also, one nice thing about me being able to use magic is that I can use light. Because light is actually really nice. I very much prefer it over using a torch. Because it's basically just above your head all the time. And you can equip a weapon while doing it. And you won't have to use an item. You use very little mana to use light. And I'll probably be using it at some point later. But for now, I'm just going to be sneaking around. Sneaking my way here. And going into town. And let's see if the orcs are still... They're still here. This make no difference at all. At least, you know. At least, it's darker now. So they should have a bit more trouble seeing me. Except with a large light bulb above my head. But, you know. I'm just going to assume that that's currently not the case. I've also been a bit more tempted to use the, potions of running quickerness, because they're actually really quite nice. I can hear orcs. This is a problem. Now we need to find a place where I can fight orcs without dying, and that leads to more orcs, and that leads to another orc. So this would be a good point to have the potion active that makes you run a lot quicker, and this just leads to more death. I'm gonna try to find a different route. At least they're not very good at hitting me when I'm moving. What are they attacking? Wait, they're attacking the orcs, but they're orc dogs! Huh. Interesting. Okay, wasn't expecting that, but it works out, because the orcs are really scary and the orc dogs aren't as scary. If they're just gonna kill each other, then they're not a concern of mine anymore. So that's kind of nice. I'm uncertain if this is a tower where I need to go, but it might be. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, damn, you're close. I was not expecting you to be right there in my face. Whatever, we're just gonna go with it. We're just gonna run. Make our way to this direction, because I feel that this is a good place to go. This might actually be the right direction, which is good. Because, yeah, we don't really want to go anywhere else right now. We kind of just want to go straight into this direction. I found out that I can go into the orc camp right now. And there is actually some fancy stuff I can reach as a meat bug. Which is interesting. I don't understand why the meat bugs are capable of climbing such steep slopes. But for some reason they are. And it allows you to reach certain areas, which I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to reach at this point in the game. But it's kind of nifty. Because there are some really neat spell scrolls. The only problem is that you have to fight so many orcs to get through it. And it is definitely possible. I mean, I did it yesterday. It's just so tedious because you basically end up luring an orc and then running away as fast as you can. And then hope eventually only one's left and then try to kill them one by one, because trying to kill them in a group is so difficult, and I'd rather never do that again. But doing what we are doing now, it might lead us to places that we would never believe possible. I'm kind of bothered that the golem ran away. Actually, that's a really big problem thinking about it. I'm not sure. I might have to load the game because I kind of need that golem for reasons you'll see later. I'm going to load the game because I don't trust this. I'm kind of hoping I saved before he ran away. Okay, I did, because that's actually a problem. You'll find out soon why. In any case, he gives me a lot of experience for killing him, so there's that as a reason. Boom, 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 boom. You get stunned every time. 1,000 experience. Boom. And he drops a heart of a stone golem. This heart from a stone. This heart stems from the remains of a defeated stone golem. It has the power to hurt a foe through the air. And that is really, really interesting, but not really exciting right now. However, there's an ice golem over there. And we have a skill or a spell scroll called Storm of Fire. I don't remember picking this up, but I have it. So I guess I picked it up at some point. Maybe I got it from like a quest or something, but it's really nice. It's not quite as fancy looking as Rain of Fire or whatever it was called. You just throw a big fireball and it instantly kills the ice golem, which is good. Instant death is nice. It kills things and I don't need to worry about them anymore. I'm pretty sure I can't damage this guy with physical attacks, so I kind of just do that. He dies and everything's good. And he actually drops two things. He drops an ice of a heart golem, an ice of a heart golem, a heart of an ice golem, and another thing, which I don't actually know where it places it in your inventory. I guess it's probably somewhere over here. Oh, there it is. Yeah, the piece of an ice golem. This is a fragment of a defeated ice golem. I don't know what this is for. You might just have to sell it or something, but you get it, so that's cool. And I'm just going to save the game again because I killed a golem, and I like saving the game frequently because doing things more than once is heresy. Ice Bolt is number 8. I kind of want to use a mana potion. Upgrading mana is actually really nice for this part because the more times you can use a spell, the better, really. As you'll find. Do I have better ice magic, actually? I don't know. I have chain lightning. Apparently, fire golems were weak to lightning and ice, if I remember correctly, so I might try chain lightning. Although I don't know if I have the mana to use it, though. I might as well try it just to see what happens. I think that's the only... Yeah, that's the only ice magic I have, or at least the closest thing to it. It's nice how it's, like, color coordinated. You have fire, which is red, and then... I guess ice and lightning are both blue, like they're in the same category, I guess. And then there's purple, which is like, I don't know, other. And then there's green, which is also other, and yellow, which is transportation. I don't know. They sorted it a bit weirdly, but I'm going to try using chain lightning. I only have one of these, so I might have to buy a later one if I need chain lightning again. But I've never seen this spell before, so I'm kind of curious. But as you might expect, there is a fire golem here. Oh, that looks pretty fancy. Look at that. You're not taking any damage. That's a problem, because I basically instantly die the moment I get hit. I'm not really sure why he stopped taking damage. That's very strange. But whatever. It looked cool at least, and that's the main reason to do anything in this game. Unfortunately, we have infinite ice bolts, because runes, you can just keep using them over and over, and it is awesome. I believe he does actually get stunned if I keep attacking him like this. So I'm just going to do this and hope I don't die. Yeah, okay. And nothing to worry about. The fire golem is dead and we get the heart of a fire golem. And I'm going to save the game again because, you know, I don't trust myself and I don't remember if there's anything else here. I'm going to re-equip my sword because I still have my hammer equipped, which deals a fair amount of damage, but it's not quite as good. Also, there are actually considerably stronger weapons in this game, but they're all two-handed, or they're crossbows. I think I basically have the strongest sword I can get at this point, and I just can't find anyone that still sells bows, so maybe that was a bad investment, but whatever, we'll be fine. So, you're hearing a strange noise right now. I'm gonna ignore that strange noise for now. I'm gonna see if there's any chests I haven't opened yet. But I'm pretty sure I've opened everything here. I don't think anything like replenishes or anything. No. This is all empty. So, we're gonna go to the most riveting character in the world, which is this guy over here. Seems a bit like an enemy.
Hold on, who's talking to me? You are talking to me? How did you get into my head? You are what? The servant of your master? You seem to be a creature from hell. You want me to be silent?
I hope you like that noise. It's really cool.
Is your master's name perhaps Zardas? Oh, right. So names are not important. Okay. I'll just assume that this here is the Tower of Zardas.
I like this guy.
I have to talk to your master. Me? Unworthy? What kind of test? Ah, I understand. Whoever wants to talk to your master must prove worthy first. Hold on, what was that? The proof? Victory over what? Victory over the elements? Stone? Ice? Fire?
So, yeah, as you might expect, this is basically what those hearts are for killing the golems. And they're all around the castle as well, which is nice. And, you know, I guess you're just kind of expected that you run across it at some point in your life, but there you go.
Here's the heart of a stone golem. What? Right! Worthy proofs! Missing? 2 are still missing?
I wonder what he means.
Is this heart of an ice golem the proof? Duality? The second proof? 1 is still remaining? What about this heart of a fire golem? Perfection? I'm worthy? If that's the case, I'd like to speak to your master now. Counter evidence? What kind of counter evidence? A rune? A rune for me? Well, then I'll accept the rune of teleportation as a sign of worthiness.
And we get another...
Mortal? Who? Me? Okay, I'm on my way.
We get another rune of teleportation, which is nice. The more of these, the merrier, because I like teleporting. I really, really like teleporting, not gonna lie. But it takes us to a higher part of the castle. And you definitely need a lot of mana for this part. It's kind of expected that you just have it, I guess. And looking at the way the story goes, it is kind of easy to get more mana. I think you get some mana for free anyway, so there's that. And we get some potions, which is good. Potions are nice. I love for myself some extra potions, just in case something goes horribly, horribly wrong. And barrels. There needs to be more barrels in this game. Can I actually break barrels? I don't think I've tried that. No. No, the barrels are there to store things that will never be left. Never be touched, rather. They will be left. They'll be left forever. There's a skeleton hanging on that wall. That is so scary. Why would you want a skeleton hanging on your wall? I guess to scare people from entering your castle, which is really quite awkward to get into anyway, but there you go. Hello.
Who dares to disturb me in my studies?
My name is...
I don't wish to know your name. It's insignificant. All that matters is that you're the first person in years to have solved my golem's riddles.
His riddles are vague and strange.
Have there been any other visitors?
Not many. And when they began to annoy me, I confronted them with one of my supernatural creatures.
You enjoy being on your own, don't you? I was sent by Saturus. We need your help. The magicians of water plan to use their big ore mound.
The ore mound is not the solution.
It isn't?
No.
All the magicians of fire are dead. Gomez had them assassinated.
That does not surprise me. Those foolish barbarian butchers in the castle, especially Gomez, were never to be trusted. Caristo and the other magicians elected their own hangman when they helped Gomez to usurp the power.
The so-called sleeper is said to be an evil archdemon. That's what the Brotherhood in the swamp found out. Now the magicians of water believe that everybody in the colony is in great danger.
There is a greater danger than anyone within the barrier could possibly imagine.
He doesn't move his entire body except for his face when he talks. That's very strange.
If the explosion of the ore mound doesn't avert the great danger...
Forget the ore mound. Its power won't open the barrier. If Caristo and Saturus hadn't wasted their time fighting over foolish and vain issues throughout the past years, they'd all know what I know now.
Which is?
None of the 12 magicians ever stopped to wonder why the formation of the barrier got beyond their control, or why it assumed such gigantic proportions.
Did you find out why that happened?
Well, one thing is certain. The answer lies deep beneath the Ork town.
The Ork town?
Orks are not animals, as many people think. Their culture is as old as the human culture. A few centuries ago, 5 Orc shaman invoked a very old archdemon, which they hoped would give their clan the power to defeat their enemies.
This archdemon, was it the Sleeper?
The Orcs gave him that name much later. But I won't tell you why they did it, or why they are now terrified by this supernatural creature.
Why not?
I believe you could be... No. To be really sure, you'll have to perform another task.
Which task?
Listen carefully. The Orks have exiled one of their shamans from the town.
Why have they exiled him?
The dying Ork warrior was no longer able to answer that question when he was interrogated by one of my demons.
What does this Ork shaman have to do with my task?
He'll tell you the rest of the story about the sleeper.
An Ork shaman is hardly likely to be keen on talking to me.
Do you want me to help you or do you not?
Well, yes, but...
Then never question my words again. Find the shaman. He's not on good terms with his brothers in the Ork town, so he may listen to you before turning you into a living torch.
Very comforting. Where is this exiled shaman?
Go to the old citadel in the east. You can't miss it. It's on top of a high mountain, which can be seen from a distance.
Can you just enter it?
They call it the old citadel, but there's hardly anything left of it other than the foundation walls. It's been a ruin for many decades.
I will get the answers from this shaman.
My servant has already given you a teleportation rune for the pentagram one floor below. That will make it easier for you to get back here later.
I'm seeking magic knowledge.
And then he can train you with magic. It's not really training. But Shrink Monster is kind of nice to have. And I don't know about the other skills. I've not really tried anything with this. I have to be in the fourth circle to use this spell, which is probably never going to happen, but you never know. But how expensive? This would be very, very expensive. I might get Shrink Monster, like just for in case I find more trolls, because that seemed to work pretty well. So I'm just gonna go all the way down and use my bolts, because bolts are useless at this point anyway. And just sell everything I've ever owned in terms of weaponry. Gotta make sure I don't sell my Ork hammer, because that would cause some problems. And yeah, it's fine. I'll just spend a little more to get my Shrink Monster. It's not like I need any of those other weapons. I really hope I didn't just sell my Ork hammer because I stopped paying attention for a second. And I'm in the wrong camera place, so I can't see anything. Okay, my Ork hammer's still there. So, we have to see some guy about a thing. And apparently he's to the east. We have actually seen that fortress before. I'm actually uncertain what the proper way of lowering from the castle is. I wonder if you could just jump from a certain spot or something, because I can't really see a very safe place to leave, aside from, well, what I've been doing this entire time for lowering myself. I guess you could jump into water here, but I don't know. It seems a bit risky, and I'm just going to go with the old-fashioned way of falling gracefully while strafing. But, man, I have no idea how you would get down here, because it's a pretty high tower. I guess you could just use a teleportation rune, because you get enough potions anyway to use one of those. I'm going to use a running faster potion, because they are quite nice, and I have 17 of them. Because I believe I did buy a few extra of those beforehand, because they are quite nice. I do like having them. They allow me to run past things like these razors. Razors are actually pretty nasty, so I'd preferably not fight them. And while I'm running, pretty much nothing hits me. It's kind of nice, because virtually nothing attacks you while you're running. Because everything's like, hey, look, there's a guy there, and then they grab their weapons and then nothing happens. I believe this actually leads up to the place I need to be, so that's kind of good. At least I think so. I hope so, because otherwise I'm kind of lost. But if this leads up, then I'm going to be very, very happy. And it's not like anything can keep up with me right now anyway, because I run ridiculously fast. It would be really nice if I just had an item or something that lets me do this, or a skill or whatever, but right now we're just limited to potions, which is rather unfortunate because they are quite limited, but the effect lasts for 2 minutes. So there is that. There is that to keep in mind. Now I gotta make sure not to fall down, because that would also be rather tedious. And I think you can probably hear the fire being thrown right now. Whoa. I don't know what happened there. I guess I fell or something. I don't know what happened there. But I'm gonna save the game, because things can still go wrong, and I'm always quite happy when I get here. But yeah, there's people catching fire all over the place, and an Orc Temple Warrior, which are not nice friends. They are like horrible, horrible people, the Orc Temple Warriors, because as the name implies, they are not just Orc Warriors. They are Orc Temple Warriors, and they are considerably stronger and give out a bit more experience as well. But yeah, there's Urshak here, and he was in a bit of a pickle, but we totally saved him. He needed our help, and he is still doing the animation, possibly meaning that I may have to load the game to stop it, because, yeah, he is infinitely casting a spell, and I can't, yeah. So this is Gothic. It's a really cool game, and sometimes things stop working, and I'm hoping this will fix it, because he is technically still fighting someone now. But I've just gotten used to this. Because, like, this is his casting animation. This is what he does when he's casting a spell. So I'll just attack this guy first. And, hope, basically. I'm gonna hope. Very strongly. But these guys are basically all jerks. I could just let him kill him, but it takes a while. I'll just let him kill him. There we go. And now he isn't doing the animation anymore, and therefore it means that he can just be normal, which is good.